What is going on? How's everyone doing today? Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. here in Sydney, Australia. Wherever you are in the world, I say welcome. We are 48 hours away. Constant reminder of when the next action is. You know what I'm saying? That's why you guys are here, right? We're 48 hours away from the Eye of the Tiger card in Canada. I'm still hesitant to put my bets in because the book I use hasn't offered props yet, but I have seen the props posted on other books, so we could talk about it. I have posted 3 tickets already for this weekend's fights. They're up in the Patreon and they're up on the YouTube members only section. Speaking of members only, to become a JSB Insider VIP, click the link that's pinned right there on the screen. It's a couple bucks a month. Join on Patreon. You get access to all the Patreon VIPs, Patreon members only live streams, all my tickets there. Join on YouTube. You get more access here to these live streams. You get the members only post section. Whichever one you choose, though, you meet in the middle. You go to the Discord. We're approaching 400 JSB Insiders. We're about 10 away, so I say thank you. We're 6 months in, so this journey with all of us has just begun, and we're only growing, we're only doing better, we're only getting stronger, and let's continue this awesome momentum that we started back in August. 2026 has been great for all of us. January, we're on fire. February, we're on fire. March is a new month. So the Eye of the Tiger card, if you're in the Discord, we were talking about some of the props that I like. We'll get into that today. I really don't see a long parlay this week, considering the book I aforementioned isn't offering me much. Okay, so if I wake up tomorrow and I see more fights, I'll create one. 2 of the 3 tickets that are posted are actually UFC tickets. So I have a boxing prop of the week that's posted. I have a UFC double that's posted, and then I also posted my UFC prop of the week. All 3 are plus money. That's what you get around here. All the tickets you're going to get, all plus money. Okay, I'm not going to give you something that's not plus money. Why, why even come? You could do that. You could. Why even come? What's the word of 2026? Value. So as I'm going to start talking to everybody, see where you guys are coming from. Emma Banana says good morning. I say good morning to you as well. Andre, do you think there's a real chance Brandon Glanton lasts all 12? I do. I do. It's an odds play. It's a value play. I rate Brandon Glanton. I've seen him box a few times. He's going to be bigger than people think, and Jai Opetaia is going to be more trim than people think. So I like Brandon Glanton's power. I like his durability. Never been stopped. He got stopped in the amateurs, but that doesn't count. I mean, nobody counts amateur fights, and I'm not 100% convinced that Jai Opetaia is the boogeyman that everybody says he is. He's great, high knockout to win ratio. I like Brandon Glanton's 3-inch reach. He has longer arms. I like Brandon Glanton's jab. I think the style. If Glanton could get through the first 5 rounds, we'll see. We've seen Jai hurt before. And Jai hurts people. We'll see if he could hurt Brandon. And at plus money, it's a risk I'm willing to take. I'm not going to take Jai Opetaia by knockout, getting 60% return. Not for half unit betting. Now, you might like that bet if you're betting 10,000 on it. That's on you. It's called betting for a reason. I see a path to the final bell for Glanton. He's not a pushover, man. Brand Glanton's tough. He's mean as well, too. So they call him bulletproof for a reason. The kid could take a shot. He got power. Hopefully he uses that jab, and at least I don't, like I said, I don't think Jai is the boogeyman like people think he is. I'm not saying he's not world class. He's the best in the world in his division. I want to see him tested, though. He fought David Nakia on, I think, 4 days' notice. No fault to Nakia. Nakia is a guy who came up a weight class, not a big dude. A Kiwi guy, trains with my boy Action Jackson John England. Shout out to Jackson England. He's ranked in the top 15 in the world at 130. Jackson England. And then Sashanki, and there's just not a lot on the resume, and it's no shade, no shade to Jai. Jai's gonna win the fight. It's called gambling for a reason. I'm taking plus money, baby. That's what we do. So there you go. He's not coming to get run over. There's a really tough 6'1" cruiserweight with a high knockout to win ratio from the South, from Atlanta, Georgia. Named Bull. This dude ain't coming to get run over. And we're gonna see how mean Jai Opetaia really is. We'll see. It's a bet. Look, it's a half unit. It's a bet I'm willing to take. You guys know that. I'm not. We're not here to playing it safe on a half unit bet. I'd much rather lose a plus 170 prop. I'd much rather lose a plus 170 prop than play it safe and um, me take the knockout at 62% and then it goes the distance. You see what so that's where my reasoning is. It's like a knockout prop. Do I want to risk a 62% knock? Well, I should just parlay that. You could parlay it with something else. It's not the play. I'm already dug in. My heels are in. I think Glanton is going to show us things about Jai, and my bet is more about Jai, more about Glanton than it is Jai. I'm leaning on the fact that Glanton's going to be tougher than people think he is. It actually has nothing to do with Jai. I don't see Glanton winning this fight though. It's gonna hurt my soul seeing Oliveira get starched again. Not me, man. I don't get attached to fighters. I remember when I'm an old head. I've watched every single UFC fight since UFC one. I remember when Charles Oliveira was a laughing stock of the UFC. When people clowned him, they called him a pussy. They called him a quitter. He had big glasses, training out of Texas, and he married this. I remember when watching the whole Oliveira arc though has been awesome. Seeing him go from a dude that the fans used to call a quitter, no skill at 145. And dude, go back to watch the Max fight. See what the announcers were saying when Oliveira had that injury and it looked kind of awkward. They didn't find out until a little after that injury was an esophagus tear. So, but you could hear it in the announcers. They thought he quit. That was the mark on Oliveira. When the going would get tough, he would quit. And then watching him overcome that false narrative, that rhetoric, move up to 155 and build an iconic career has been nothing short of exceptional. I just don't. Yeah, I don't think I think Max is gonna get him out of there. Chai has not shown an inside game. Glanton is a live dog. I think so, man. And this is I don't. I think he's a live dog to go the distance, and I think people. This is a perfect fight that people are really buying into the hype and forgetting about that there's two sides. On the channel, we've watched Brandon Glanton the last few years. I've covered him on the channel. I've featured him in Stats Don't Lie videos. I live in Sydney. I've watched Jai fight live over the last 5 years. I've been to his fights. There's a lot of things stylistically. Let's not talk about. They both have power, dude. They both could crack. You know what I'm saying? You remove the power element of the thing and you remove the shine, remove the A side and B side and just focus strictly on stylistically. What Brandon does really well, he wants to be in your wheelhouse. He wants to smother you. He uses his 3-inch reach advantage to throw his jab to get inside. He wants to be on the front foot and put you up against the ropes. We haven't seen Jai have his back up against the ropes too much. We haven't seen him box off the ropes too much. He's the bully. We're going to see if he could bully. I don't think he's going to bully Glanton. That's what I'm also leaning on. I don't like, and this is just my own ethical, as you guys have heard me speak on this before since I was a young kid. I don't like bullies. And I'm hoping that Glanton proves me right. I'm picking Jai to win on points, but I'm hoping to see Glanton test Jai in ways that, I saw Jai get his jaw broken in the second round, the second Maris Breidis fight, and then he fought the entire goddamn fight. So the kid is tough as nails. I mean, adrenaline going, it was broken in 2 places, but like I don't like all that this is just me. This is me being petty. I'd rather I don't like the mean mugging and it's like, dude, you're both pro athletes, you're both pro fighters, you guys are both savages. You're trying to intimidate somebody. I don't think Glanton's gonna get intimidated by that. It's a fun fight for some of the psychologically. When you're looking at it, a lot of people are already sold on Opetaia going down as an all-time great. I'm not. I'm not sold that he's an all-time great. I not what I've seen. I think the defense could be leaky. I think you could fight his ego. I think he's shown a little bit of durability issues. I mean, his jaw's been broken before. Boom, boom. I mean, that's not a good thing when you rely on your power, but he puts fools in the hospital. This dude breaks bones too. So that's why he's a fun guy to think about. I need to see more. I'm not ordaining him as a future Hall of Famer yet. He's already 30 though. It's now or never. The book is telling us he's going to go out and knock Glanton out. I don't see it. I don't see him stopping Glanton. Are you going to mix your parlay with other cards? It seems you can't get plus money. I always get plus money, baby. What are you talking about? I've never once given you a ticket that wasn't plus money, and I know, and I don't mix. Nah, man. When you're finding, when you're finding sharp, when you're finding dogs, when you're finding props, you don't need to mix. Will I? Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not. I mean, is that? Am I thinking of that? No. I'm kind of like this weekend is kind of a calm before the storm for me. I'm not stressing this weekend at all. We have so many fights in March. We had such a massive February. We had such a massive January. We've grown so much as a community. We've won so much. This Eye of the Tiger card, half unit. Win or lose. Obviously I'm trying to get a dub, but I'm not pushing anything. I'm not putting any circles into square pegs. You see what I'm saying? I'm not pressing. I'm not trying to get rich. I'm not betting on that on certain fights. The Eye of the Tiger card, I'm going to bet on when props are out. I'm going to look for a prop on the Stephen Butler and Hisseni fight. And then when the props are out, I'm going to look for a prop on the John Arobio versus Yomar Alamo fight. But other than that, those would be my only bets on the Eye of the Tiger card. And then the Zuffa card, I'm probably only doing the main event. I might do some other fights if I get action. I'll let you know. Just stay tuned. And I always post. You'll see me post them if I do that. But I'm not like seeking out trying to take C-level mismatches and trying to find a plus 300 C-level fight during a 6-rounder. None of that. None of that for me this week. We got a lot coming up. I think Moreno McCann is going to play a lot like Aguirre. Yeah, I'm not betting that fight. So that's a fight I was kind of I woke up this morning, guys, with 4 messages from 4 credible people who have my personal phone number who's in the game about this fight. And I just told them, I was like, look, for me, this is a half unit fight. I know Moreno is the A side. He's like $1.50. McCallman is the B side. He's like a plus 150. This is one of those fights, mate, because it's like C-level domestic. You put a lot of energy into this fight. You get it wrong, it just leaves you with a bad taste in your mouth. Remember, guys, the best bet you will ever make is the one you don't make. Here's the thing about Jai. When I took a photo of him, he really was not that. He's not, man. This is what I'm talking about. Husky, he's very athletic, and he's a guy who relies on his explosivity, his power, his athleticism. But when you see, like, in terms of like torso, chest, shoulder, his big hands, and he fights too. He fights leaky to me. He's not here. He's kind of here. He's not tight like that. He's kind of loose, man. He got that thing in there. He's been man. He could easily have 1 loss and 1 knockout loss. If there would have been any signs that was broken, the ref would have stopped it, and maybe it would have been a no con because it happened in the 2nd round. I think it has to go 4, yeah. But I think I'm hoping that Glanton can make it a I want to see a boring ass fight. I want people. I want people after the Zuffa main event be like, that fight sucked. If people after the main event, if people say that fight sucked, I know I won money. Because right now that's the only bet that I've gone full unit. I put a full unit on that fight. Full transparency, I have Jai on points at plus money. That's what I'm taking. I gave that away 2 days ago. So my heels are dug in. Blue collar, appreciate you. What's your read of the week, blue collar? What's the read? What's the good word, boys? What's the good way? I am a simple goat. I live on the back of a pickup truck. The old man tied me here with a 3-foot rope. Am I happy? He don't give a fuck. Anybody know where that's from? I'm aging myself. I think the over 9.5 should be considered. Yep. It's good for us. Glanton throws an extremely low volume of punch. That's great. That's what we want. I don't want Glanton punching with him. I want Glanton jabbing, putting his head on Josh's chest, throwing those overhand hooks, them clinching and wrapping up, forcing a ref breakup, reset and repeat. I want a boring, sad fight in which Jai wins like 8-4. Perfect. I could see Glenn being real tired. I could see Jai being real tired by round 9. His volume drops substantially the later the fight goes. Not to jump far ahead, but I'm surprised Frank Sanchez, Morel, and Dubois all open up as dogs on the money line. David Morel is a dog. Oh, I could see him losing to Callum Smith. I forgot. I could definitely see Morel losing to Callum Smith. Morel's lucky to be undefeated. Iman Khatiev had him hurt and in trouble. Callum Smith, man, he knows how to operate a ring. Is this a 12-rounder? I could definitely see Morel losing that fight. Morel, Callum, I mean, Smith was stopped against Better Beeve in the 7th. We saw him fight against Buatsi. Oh yeah, Morel does have it. Morel lost to Benavidez. Morel should have 2 losses. I thought we were, and I won money on Morel versus Khatiev, but I thought we got a gift there. So Morel the reason Morel could easily have lost his last 2 fights. I mean, he's only fought 76 pro rounds. I love Callum Smith in this fight. Yeah, I mean, a little bit far ahead. I'm not shocked at Morel. I'm not. I mean, he showed his grit and toughness, and that was a hell of a fight against Benavidez. Callum's a bit old. It is a bit of a jump. I understand why he's the dog though. It is a coin flip. It's not that big of a dog. But I mean, what have we seen in the last 5 years of Cuban Olympians? Not a lot of they're always kind of like super hyped up, and then they kind of always kind of flatten out. So I understand why he's a dog there. I wouldn't be throwing my house on David Morrell at all. I can't see Glant beating Jai. No, I could see him beating him. I could see Glanton beating Jai. If he overcomes the power, he has to make Jai uncomfortable. He's in there for a reason, dude. Brandon Glanton's not a walkover. He's in there for a reason. You know, he's gonna have to hurt him. I don't see it happening. I think he's a 9-1 dog for a reason. I I'm leaning on his toughness. I don't. I think Jai Opetaia could be frustrated, and I question his fight IQ. Believe it or not, I question the variance if he has to, the decision making sometimes in a fight with him. Even in fight where he hurts people, he's hurting a lot of guys we've never heard of. I don't see him losing this fight, but I could see Glanton giving him issues. I mean, who's Glanton? They got Andre Durrell. Glanton's been coached by Andre Durrell. There's a couple good guys in his corner. They should have a good game plan. Jai's game plan is very easy to see what he wants to do. So you just have to negate that power. You want to frustrate him. You want to bring him into the mid to late rounds. Glanton has a 3-inch reach advantage. I like Glanton's jab. And I think Glanton's gonna be the bigger guy on fight night. The style, I could see Glanton frustrating Jai for sure. I don't think it's a walkover at all. Yeah, dude, Nakia is a goddamn super middleweight. David Nakia is like a goddamn super middleweight, and he's like super green. That people should have gone to prison for the day for them even making that fight. Some Nakia should have been gone. Whoever hand I know it was late notice. Shout out to Nakia putting his hand up, but that fight shouldn't have been made. Jai's a small cruiser now that I think about it. Not a big dude. Thick, like athletic, lean. Glenn don't have the footwork to get away. I don't think Glenn's gonna have to get away. I don't think Glenn's gonna have to run from Jai Opetaia. That's the biggest issue I see. He's never fought someone with Jai's power. I see Jai possibly stomp Glenn at mid rounds. Probably. Bet on it. What are your odds? Get it, get it, get it, get it. March 28th, the day of the dog. what card? What card is that? March 28th, the day of the dog. Is this card on the 28th? No, that's April 19th. March 28th, the day of the dog. What are we looking at here? Okay. March 9th, March 15th, March 21st. Okay, here we go. Moses Itama, Jermaine Franklin. We're not talking about that fight, I don't think. Frank Sanchez, Kiki Torres. Oh, you guys like Frank over Kiki? I don't. Fedora versus Thurman. I don't see this either. I'm probably going to take Seb to knock out Keith. Keith Thurman has fought twice in 7 years, man. Bradis was his last decision fight. I mean, is that the last guy you heard of? Let's pull it up. Glant never been down. Glant was on Team USA. The over will cash. I think so too. I think people need to look a little deeper into this matchup. Going for the body.
And G5 putting no, bullshit fights together. So we're here for the real deal. Our world title's on the line. So I'm ready to do what I got to do to make sure it comes home with us.
Brandon, you give John a lot of credit for fighting with a broken jaw for 12 rounds. You said it takes like a special kind of man to do that. How do you beat that kind of man? What will that take from you?
Yeah, obviously, that's a different type of determination. That's somebody who will cut their own hand off. So obviously, I just gotta cut the other one off. I gotta do what I gotta do. It's not like it's no secrets here. You know what I mean? We always do these interviews. We go different TV shows and do this and that. But I know what it is. That man across from me knows what it is. This is a fight.
Where do you think Brandon?
Torres going right through. Yeah, so do I. I think Kiki wins that fight too. People like Sanchez in that fight. I don't. Jai's biggest weapons over and left. I wonder how he fights Glanton, who likes to fight on the inside. That's going to be the biggest thing. That's the storyline, guys. That's the storyline right there. What Eddie says, and this is why you need Jai's at his best when he's at his range, and this is why stylistically, when people say Glanton is live, this is what they mean. They're talking about matchups, how each guy likes to fight, where each guy likes to fight. I mean, Glanton's gonna keep his chin down and put his head on Jai's chest. He's gonna have to turn him. Will Glanton be able to turn him? If Glanton could turn him and get him in a corner or get him on the ropes or stop the plan, he already just told us his plan. The plan's gonna be to slow his feet down with his body punching. Let's see. Let's pull up. Let's see what some Jai real quick. I think part of me, a trap that I might be caught in too, is some of the guys down here that go to my boxing gym. They speak about Jai Opetaia like he's Mike Tyson. Like people talk about Jai down here like he's Muhammad Ali. And me being a contrarian by nature, I'm like, when I hear stuff like that, I instantly will go the other way and be like, yo, Cass is crazy. Like I don't buy into that shit. So I don't know if how much of that is playing into the fact that I don't think he's as good as he is. It might just me being a hater. But I think Glanton is tougher than people think. And I don't think Jai is just I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think he's the powerhouse people think he is. We'll see. If he could go in there and stop Glanton, that'll be another fight for me to start being convinced. You gotta prove it to me. I don't know, man. I'm not convinced. I'm not. I've seen it happen. A lot of it has to do too with Australian fighters. Definitely don't see Glanton getting stopped, but I can see him getting beat on points. Steve Claggett, opponents beat Faber. He was prospect 9-0. Do you think there's an upset? I like Claggett, man. I always win money on Claggett. So I think that Claggett, I'd have to. I don't see the odds yet. He's a big favorite. Claggett's a good boxer, man. That distance is a hit, though. What's up, Deshaun? Bankroll management, discipline, picking your spots, 100%. That's huge. I thought you was talking about the co-main Thursday. I came on late. Opetaia could easily get knocked out if he's not careful with them. He keeps the hands down, keeps his chin high, puts his chin right on a platter. There are the body's open. There's definitely his elbows are high. He's very athletic. A little bit of a little bit of kind of like a reflex style, a little bit. Not an efficient style, guys. Not really a style that goes deep into the late rounds that's going to be super efficient. So you mix that with a big old Brandon Glanton leaning on you the entire time, using that long ass jab to get inside. Brandon, I mean, I think the fight's going to be competitive. I don't think Jai washes him, man. I don't think he just goes out and smokes him. McCalman isn't eye catching to win fights on B side. Yeah, I'm not betting on that fight. I thought if the jaw was broken during the fight due to a punch, it could be. It could be, but they didn't. That's what I was. That's why I brought that up earlier. That's why I said he was lucky that nobody found out. It was nobody knew until after. I remember it made headlines in Australia the next morning, or maybe 2 days after. I remember I went up to the servo to grab like some ice cream or something. It was during the pandemic. I was on a big ice cream. I was such a thick bitch during the pandemic here. I'm probably gonna get demonetized for saying that word. Crazy. I was addicted to Ben and Jerry's pints, the ice cream like this. I ate one of those pints every day, I think, for 2 years. I was a thick ass bitch, boy. What you know about that oatmeal raisin cookie, boy? I like Sean on. Get your money, Shine. Shine down. Be calling you Billy like Sean home. I swear she lying though. I swear she fine though. She got a light skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson. Got a dark skinned friend, look like my dog says you ain't a freak, so you about to prove my man wrong. I'm gonna play some Vandross. You gonna take your pants off. Opetaia could get knocked out if he's not careful. I've never seen someone wanting a boring. We want them wins. We're out here looking for victories, boy. Well, if I'm gonna pick an outcome, I've picked that outcome based on a proverbial vision of how I see the fight going. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm picking Jai on points, I hope it's not a firefight. If it's a firefight, somebody's probably gonna get stopped. If it's a boring fight, it goes a distance, and the A side will get it. David Morrell is a plus. Yeah, he is. He's a dog right now. I don't think he beats Callum though, man. Give me some time on that fight. Off jump, off of seeing his last 24 rounds, the Katia fight, the David Benavidez fight. Callum Smith is a smooth man. That dude could move around in a boxing ring, dude. Morrell, I still don't think is a finished product. He fights very low, kind of. I don't want to say low IQ, but he fights one way. Callum is about 58 now, though. We'll see. Look, we'll see, guys. All will be known in due time, boys. 32 minutes in, we were up at 58 people, and then it crashed to 0. Now it's back up to 38. Could you like this video if you do anything for me today? I do all this for you. Do something for me, boy. Drink. Yo, Johnny, you know Butler's opponent? I do know Butler's opponent, Ramadan Hassani. Ramadan Hassani is coming up from junior middleweight. So he is a natural 154. Ramadan Hassani, I think he has like a 8 knockouts out of his wins, less than a 50% knockout to win ratio. He's coming up to 160 pounds to fight Bang Bang Stephen Butler, who has an 85% career knockout to win ratio. 31 of his 37 wins are by knockout. Of his 5 losses, he's been stopped all 5 times. So with Butler, it's live by the sword, die by the sword. He's the A side. He's like Canada's sort of, Montreal, Canada's sort of, dare I say, when he's their guy. He fills out that little Montreal, Quebec arena every time he fights. And lately he just knocks people out. So I'm taking a prop on Butler to stop Hassani. Hassani's neither guy. These are not A-level guys, though. How much more do you rate Glanton over Jack Matt? Oh, way more. I put Glanton right at the cusp. Guys, going into the CBS fight, Chris Billum-Smith, Glanton was the favorite. Just remember that. Brandon Glanton was the favorite going into the Chris Billum-Smith fight. And we picked Glanton. We lost. Dude, David Nakia, Jordan Thompson, man, that's a question that's putting me in a position to have to downgrade a fighter, which I'm not going to do. I rate Glanton a level above those guys by far. He's a Team USA guy, man. He's a Team USA guy with power, with a brutal, gritty style, with a long ass 79-inch reach, who's never been stopped, super durable. He finds a way. You know, he's very determined in there. You're going to see it. Even the rounds he was losing to CBS, he never really got deterred. He just couldn't figure. Chris Billum Smith fought a great fight that fight too. Jai got that kind of defense. There's something about Jai that I'm not sold on. Maybe it's that. I think that it's the beautiful part about our sport, PJ, is that everything is found out. You could be whoever you want to be outside of the ring, but the minute you step within those ropes, all truth will be unfolded. The longer you fight at the world level, flaws will be found out. Glanton's not going to step and reset either. When you watch him, he doesn't do a lot of resetting from the outside. He relies on his resets by the refs breaking him up. You know what I'm saying? So I guarantee you got a guy like Andre Durrell in your corner, guys who have fought at the world level before. You bring guys like that in for game planning, execution, fight IQ, situational boxing sort of stuff like that. So you got to think the game plan of Glanton is force the ref to break you guys up, fight inside, push Jai back. Don't let Jai fight you at range, and use your jab, your 3-inch reach advantage, to get inside, put both of your shoulders and your head on Jai's chest, and try to throw those hooks to the body and then come up over top. So it's going to be a battle of range. Will he be able to do that? Jai's super athletic, explosive, especially early on. I'd like to see Glanton, and he's aggressive. Glanton's aggressive. Glanton needs to figure out how not to get buzzed in the first 4 rounds, first 3 rounds. Don't get buzzed. Get hit. Taste the power. Lean in. Hold. Get separated. Reset on the inside. Let the ref break you. That'll be your reset bid. Don't reset on the outside and give Jai all that space to kind of operate. And then you each time, because the later the fight goes, each time that fight starts at space, at distance, that's another opportunity of Jai being able to catch you coming on in. So you want to limit those opportunities too. So a lot of it's going to come down to situational boxing. It's not just Jai's knockout to win ratio and Brandon Glanton, some guy most people have never heard of. We know who he is. He's a Team USA guy. He's a guy who has power. He's super durable. He's super determined, and he's never been stopped. So when I think about all that, and Jai's an Australian who cut his teeth in Australia, I question the resume. I always have questioned the resume. I question his defense. He's a big 8-1 favorite. Even though with his knockout to win ratio, I don't think he stops Glanton. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all motherfuckers saying. That's all motherfuckers saying out here. Y'all motherfuckers out here play too much. Y'all motherfuckers out here be playing way too much. I like Wardley. Dude, I wasn't going to say it, Rob, but me and you see eye to eye. Fabio Wardley, boy, he like Fabio Wardley is kind of like a version of almost like a young George. Not like almost, he kind of almost reminds me of like a young George. And I'm off Dubois. This is one of those fights where I'd rather lose my money betting on Fabio than betting on Dubois. I'm off Dubois. I don't do all them little psychological breaks. I don't do all them little lack of commitment, lack of discipline. I don't do all that. I like war. I'm going to take the locked in guy who's locked in, seems to me having fun out there, who's happy go let dude, who fights more freely than Wardley? Wardley out there fighting free. You know what I'm saying? Never gives up on himself. That dude is always in a fight. He was getting belt to ass for the entire fight against Justice Hooney, and he still thought he was going to win. I'm betting on that guy. Moving forward, I'm betting on Wardley. That goes a long way in the heavyweight division. Just the fact that you believe you're never out of it. I've seen Dubois question himself almost every fight. Almost every fight, dude. It's kind of like a narrative that the announcers have to talk about. So I love Fabio in that fight. Nikia is a super middle Olympic bronze medalist. The mistake was taken out of the top 500. Okay, but you're saying, did you watch David in his last fight? I mean, an Olympic bronze medalist. Did you the tournament he came through to win? So you rate David Nikia? I don't. I mean, he looks good. I don't rate him all. Even in his last fight, he looks good against low level opponents. I don't know, man. To me, he looked like he cut a lot of weight. He's super muscular, not a lot of body fat, trim as hell. Nakia to me looked like a dude that was out of his depth, man. He didn't look like he wanted to be in there. Every time he get touched, his legs would wobble. He looked like he was out of his depth to me. If Frank Sanchez is anything like he fought FA, he wins. My dad always used to say, Johnny, if my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle. Yeah, Kiki gonna cook him. He's my right now. He's my favorite. He's on my top 5 favorite American prospects / contenders. Richard Torres, man, that dude could box. Talk about another guy who is determined. Glenn fought in. Didn't we see him in Africa? He was on that Amir Khan African card, and then they pulled him. He also takes fights in the combat league. He's fought a couple 1-rounders in the combat league. He fought Marcus Brown this past October. Or no, this past January. No, this past October. So he fought October against Marcus Brown, stopped him in the 6th. Marcus Brown, same guy who beat Badu Jack. Beat Hot Rod. See, Marcus Brown has some good wins. Got stopped against Artur Beterbiev. Got stopped against Glanton. Got stopped against Jean Pascal. So yeah, October. Kevin Newman, Ezra Taylor. I like both of those. Newman is in there against... Who's Newman fighting? Ezra Taylor's definitely an underdog lock. When Opetaia fight Breedis, he fought him twice. He won 2 decisions against Breedis. I just don't think he's been forced to have an inside game. Whenever you're a guy who's athletic and has certain gifts on his toes, reflexes, good power in both hands, he could punch. And if you don't, not everybody has to have an inside game. Not everybody has to fight there. Think Brandon Figueroa fights on the inside because he has to fight on the inside. He's not the most explosive guy. He's not the fastest guy. He's not going to beat you on the outside. So there's different ranges. So that's why. I mean, if he studied, if he wanted to, he probably could. It's just kind of one of those things. If you're good at something, you just focus on that. That could be a good thing or a bad thing, though. You know what I mean? I was always coached by coaches who said focus on your weaknesses. But then again, life is short. Focus on your strengths too. If you're good at something, power in your both hands, just keep drilling that. But I'm not saying he's incapable. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how comprehensible he is on the inside, because that's where Glanton fights. Does Benavidez destroy Jai at cruiser? I don't see Jai beating David Benavidez at all, dude. I think David Benavidez is who Jai thinks he is. I'm sorry. I think right now, I don't see Jai beating Benavidez at all. I think Benavidez is that dude. Benavidez still gets better. I think Jai has looked the same for the last few years. Well, it's a good. Hopefully they fight. Shit, David started though at middle. I mean, he's come up from 68 to 74. He's probably going to end up. We'll probably see him at heavyweight before it's all said and done. So yeah. He usually just clinches when people collapse the pocket on him. He's just so gifted. John Opetaia is so gifted as an athlete and as a boxer, and he's well coached. That should be mentioned. He very well coached, and I don't see Glanton beating him, but I think that he'll struggle with him for a while. And we're a boxing betting show, so one of the things you come here for is to get different reads. I give you guys different reads week in and week out. You know what I mean? We should have a rewind the clock session and look at all the reads that I give you that in real time people don't agree with. And no one's 100% right. I mean, this is going all the way. I mean, there's a lot of them. It's every week we give you reads. So that's my job for you guys is to never serve you up with the whole consensus. The best compliment I could ever get is what I've been getting a lot is, damn Johnny, you're the only guy on YouTube I heard taking him. Good hit. That's what I try to go about my approach a little bit differently. I don't listen to the whole choir on who they're all taking. I don't care who everyone else takes. I have no problem being wrong either. That's another thing. And a lot of times this is in anything in life. If you don't mind taking risks and not caring about what people think of you, whether you fail or you succeed, a lot of times that'll pay out. That'll, turn for your benefit. So especially with this sort of thing. Brandon Glanton's not a walkover. He's not a B-level fighter. He was the favorite against CBS. He's a Team USA guy. He's a durable guy. 79-inch reach, man. With that style, front foot, shoulders, he's aggressive. I would be more shocked. You guys are going to say, and I understand, and the odds makers will say they'll be more shocked if Jai doesn't finish him. I will be shocked if Jai finishes Glanton. I would be. That was the first prop I looked. I was like, what are the props on? I don't think Jai loses, but what are the props on knockout or decision? Oh, shit. All the money's coming on Jai by knockout. I'm going heavy on the points. Because I would be shocked if Glanton gets stopped. I've never seen Glanton get stopped. I've seen Jai go 24 rounds twice. I've seen that. I've seen that. I got evidence of that. I've never seen Glanton stopped. That's another thing I got to play. You know what I'm saying? Protest JDM early pick. Oh. I'd have to go JDM, man. I'd have to. I in 2020, I don't want to give the dude too much credit. I was part of a promotional team, management, called Golden Robot, and we actually managed JDM his first two UFC fights from a promotional side of things, wearing our apparel, that sort of thing. So I've had many conversations with JDM over Skype at the time, Zoom, back in 2020, 2021. So I cheer for JDM. I think I was the first one who told everybody in 2020 that he'd be a champion. Hey, Johnny, just curious if you would bet. Man, if we had lines, bro, yeah. Look, I did a documentary on bare knuckle. The first documentary I did that was in the film festival. So I've done multiple documentaries over the last 6 years. 2 of them were in film festivals. One of them was on bare knuckle martial art called Lethwei. So I'm a bare knuckle fan. But Lethwei is, imagine Muay Thai with no gloves and the headbutt is legal. It's called Lethwei out of Burma, Myanmar. We just don't get odds to bet bare knuckle. Jai has been fighting Europe. Jai has been built from the Australian ethos to be brought and presented to the world as a knockout artist. Guys, to understand betting and to win consistently, you must understand the business of boxing. You must understand how fighters are moved. You must understand what promotions are. Jai has been built from the ethos of Australia as a knockout artist to be delivered to America as the boogeyman. I don't buy it. I ain't buying that shit, boy, because I'm American. I mean, he's good. I think he beats Glanton, but with his fight style, I don't think Jai retires undefeated. Timestamp this, bookmark this. I could see Jai get knocked out before it's all said and done. There's just too many. When you're playing at those bigger weight classes, boy, and it's not like he's Usyk. He doesn't have that slickness that Usyk has. He doesn't have that sort of, being able to elude and evade, or even the timing. Usyk has just, in his prime, that sort of impeccable understanding of range and distance, and then knowing where to be and where not to be. Jai could sometimes be a little bit after his feet get flat. And the hands down bother me. The chin up bothers me. Having already had his chin rewired bothers me. So yeah, there's just a lot of questions about Jai on my end. I've been good. I don't eat ice cream anymore, but boy, when we thought the world was gonna come to an end during the pandemic, I was on the Ben and Jerry's, boy. Slow jam. They don't know about that, do they? Want some Marvin Gaye, a little Anita, some Minnie Riperton. Definitely start this party, alright. Let's play some Ready for the World, some new edition. Do you see the live post of Andre Durrell, the trainer of Glanton? Now they post that live February 20th and say Glanton got some injury. No. Let's have a look. A little Anita. Shout out to Lloyd. Which post? This was a week ago. A week ago. Two weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. My heels are dug in, dude. My bet's already placed. Here's the time for hearsay's over. My heels are dug in. MMA better. Do you think he will get the bet on Billy Poe and secure wrestling this Saturday? I saw that, man. I saw Poke. That's in Perth. That's on the card. Action Jackson's boys out in Perth. I haven't seen any action. If you're in Australia, guys, and you, what is that one betting app? Let me check. I'm a Billy Poke fan, though. You know, I'm boys with Glenn Jennings. Glenn Jennings was Tim Zoo at Costas' manager. He doesn't manage Tim anymore. Still manages Nikita. He manages Billy Poke. A lot of the Newcastle boys, Brandon Gratch, those guys. Let's see if Palmer Bet has that action. So many Riperton, loving you is easy cause it's beautiful. Dootin' dootin' doo doo. Oh. Steve Claggett. I'm not seeing it, brother. I don't know, man. If you have any sneaky Aussie apps that have those club level fights, let me know. Tim Zoo and Jai from Australia, they both. I mean, Tim Zoo's a former world champion. Jai's a world champion. Most fighters will never even make it to the pro level, let alone become a world champion. So you can say what you want about him, but the history books will always say world champion. Yeah, Wardley got me thinking he's gonna win. Yeah, I like Wardley's mindset, man. I don't mind. Look, I don't mind losing a bet when I'm betting on a guy's mind. Like this dude, unbreakable mindset. Somebody, I was helping one of my clients. So you know, I run a coaching business out of here, out of my facility here in Sydney, and I also have an online coaching business. And it's not just fitness; a lot of it is entrepreneur stuff, leadership, and personal development. And one of my clients was asking about like some of the strategies of his business. I was, helping, him create the framework. And the thing I told him was like, you have to create a framework that is undeniable. People, they could hate on you. People could second guess. Product is undeniable. Be fucking undeniable. And whatever you freaking do, be undeniable. Whether it in, Wardley has that sort of mindset. And whatever you're doing today, fucking be undeniable. There's going to be haters. There's going to be naysayers. There's going to be detractors. There's going to be people jealous. There's going to be people second guessing you. There's going to be people holding you back because they feel that they should be where you are. As long as you're undeniable, you'll still be good. Still Good. Brandon, me and you both, man. Me and you both, man. I'm still so of the two. I mean, there's a few fights in 2025 for me that didn't go my way. The one that still bothers me is the Justice Hooney fight. We got him at plus. Dude, Justice was plus 270, and he was cruising. We were counting our tickets. That was one of the last times I live streamed. We were counting our money. It was the 11th round. Justice was up 9-1, 10-0. And then he wasn't. That one still sticks with me. That one still hurts. That one still hurts, boy. I know. This is why I have to be careful because I'm not hating on Jai. This is how I am with any boxer who is being ordained as the greatest. It's not just Jai. I'm just hesitant. I'm old, man. We can't have, not everyone is the greatest. He's dangerous and athletic and powerful and explosive and undefeated. He has power in both hands. He's a lot to deal with. But this is why we have the greatest sport in the world, because every fight we get to see with good matchmaking, is said fighter legit? Is he that dude? Will he and can he live up to the potential? Because it's a lot of pressure for a 30-year-old. Jai's only 30 years old, man. It's not old. He has his whole life ahead of him. He put himself in this position to be great. He has been great, nothing short of great. So if that's a knock, if that's me knocking on Jai saying that he's going to win on points, then so be it. Isn't that a crazy world we live in? I'm gonna get shit for taking Jai on points. I'm like, bro, I picked him to win. Yeah, but you said this. You didn't pick him to knock Brandon out. I mean, there's two sides. What, you want me to disrespect Brandon too? I'm leaning on the fact that Brandon Glanton is better than people think he is, and he's tougher than people think he is, and he might not be a household name, but I think he could go 12 rounds with Jai Opetaia. Dubois only quits if he can't get any work on and he gets frustrated. Just that first sentence, like it's a known thing, like it's in our zeitgeist, it's in our way of thinking. Well, Dubois only quits if he can't get any work off. Like we should never have to say the word fighter only quits if should never be part of any fighter's sort of narrative. Dubois only quits if he can't get any work off. He gets frustrated. Worley's gonna be there to get it. This one's gonna be a war. Yeah. Of course. Of course. The difference between Zoo and Jai is Zoo had 23 amateur fights in Australia. Jai fought international level and is Olympian. I wouldn't compare the two. Can't compare the two. And also, Tim Zoo is the son of Costa Zoo. If Tim Zoo was Kenny Smith, and Kenny Smith was the same guy, Kenny Smith fought, didn't have a big, extensive amateur career in Australia. Kenny Smith's dad wasn't around. Kenny Smith's dad wasn't a Hall of Famer, wasn't a legend. It was just Kenny Smith from Lidcombe, Kenny Smith from Parramatta. We wouldn't be watching Kenny Smith on No Limit Promotions. So Jai didn't have that. Jai Opetaia, kind of had to build his. So yeah, you can't compare the two. I agree. I will come back here. Good. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. I will come back here when Jai knock out y'all, man. I'm picking Jai to win, bro. This is what I'm talking about. This is a gambling show, mate. Let me show you something real quick. Let's remind everybody why we're here, all right? For Pule F18, this is for you, brother. This is why people come here. They don't come to my channel because I tell them to take a $1.07 favorite on the money line. 100 on Jai. He's such a big favorite, 9-1. They don't come to my channel because I tell them the obvious. Take Jai on the money line. He's a lock. You put 100 on him, you get $7 back. Fuck you. You don't need me for that bullshit. Now we get to the nitty gritty. For him to win by stoppage is a 65% return rate. I know guys in our Discord who have bankrolls who do $10,000 bets. I know guys who do $1,000 bets. I know guys who do $50,000 bets. And if you're in my Discord, you would know that to be true as well because you see all their tickets. I think from a bankroll perspective, if you're doing this as a standalone prop, I mean, I think $1,000 minimum would be great value because you get $650 back. But when we're doing, if you're $10 on Jai to win by knockout, you're getting $6.50 back. It's a 65% return. 100 gets you $65. That's okay on a prop. It's pretty risky on a prop. I like the plus 170 because plus 170, no matter what your bankroll is, you are in the green. You are getting plus money back. Whether you're betting 1,000 on points, 100 on points, $10 on points, you're doubling your money. So this is why. So you come back here when Jack gets knocked out, and then I can tell you, well, you and 65% of the world were right. Okay. And then if you think that you're a sharp, you could be a sharp. And then we could do a show together. And then, but you see my point. What's up, J Spot? Marcus Brown, October was his last opponent. That's right. Okay, I have to catch up to the chat. We got a new member. We got Boxing Finesse in the house. Appreciate you guys. Join the JSB Discord. We're approaching 400 JSB insiders. You can either join here on YouTube or on Patreon. It's a couple bucks a month. Boxing Finesse, I'll send you the Discord link. I'm going to damn, the chat is behind. Put me on the show. I'm legit. Okay. Join the Discord. Anybody in the Discord has access to the show. So that's another thing. Any JSB insider has a link to the show. So every live, I go live every day, guys. Every day I do lives. If you're a JSB insider, I could give you have a link to come on and we can chat it up. Julius has been on before. Freddie's been on before. Nick from Breaking Bad's been on before. So, people come on. Young Money, we've been on fire. Look, I want to make it. When does it go from? This is a serious question. I don't know. I don't have these. I don't know how long people have been doing what we do. I don't know how many live stream YouTubers there are who give you boxing advice week in and week out. I could think of a couple, and they're probably my friends. So, how long do I have to be on fire for before it's just like that motherfucker go there? Because we've been like, you know what I'm saying? Because it is, you never know. And this is why I never get too high. It's why I never brag about me being the best because it could go south. So I'm always, we've been on a roll since January, really, with like money lines, props, dogs. That we've been on a dog hot streak. But the reason why I will always be hesitant with proclaiming myself as the best because I have a long life experience of things not going my way. So you kind of like I'm very hesitant with saying like we on fire more because I could easily go 0-8 this weekend. Fingers crossed we don't. But yeah, I appreciate you. Any changes on Thurman, mate? I don't know, man. You like Thurman to beat Seb? Who likes Keith to beat Seb? Early stoppage for Vargas fight. Guys, I'll see ya. I gotta roll. We're an hour in, boys. You guys are the beasts.